Welcome on out to Cult Classics versus Comedians. You are in for a treat. This is our summer sizzle episodes of the show. Filming here in Andrew Jensen's backyard, his own backyard.
It's beautiful.
That's why you see all this bush everywhere.
Love some bush.
If you haven't joined us before, Cult Classics vs. Comedians, when I get a bunch of comedians together, we talk about old cult movies, just like the title of the show says, and then we make fun of each other for liking these films. That's basically what we do here. So we'll get started off with the film that I submitted for these 4 episodes. It's called Gentlemen Broncos. Let me give you guys a quick synopsis of what Gentlemen Broncos is and what it brings to the table. It is a beautiful story of a young boy, Benjamin Purvis, who is homeschooled, kind of clammed up, and he gets sent to a summer camp to write a writer's camp. So he goes to this camp, he meets some people, finds a girl, he gets a little smitten over her. He submits his film to the world-famous and renowned author of science fiction, Ronald Chevalier.
Doctor Ronald Chevalier.
Of course, he's having writer's block, old Ronald is, and so he steals it, plagiarizes this because it's a beautiful masterpiece of science fiction writing.
Bronco cried out in pain as he sat on the shore of Goose Lake, trying to sew his junk back on.
That's basically it. That's what the whole film
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's
is it. So, Nicholas, you saw it?
Yes.
What did you think? Tell me your thoughts.
I
Don't hold
enjoyed it.
back.
No, I enjoyed it. It was it definitely was like his other past films, Nacho Libre and Napoleon Dynamite,
Yeah.
very low budget, dripping with quirky indie filmness. I loved the guy from Flight of the Conchords, the author. Basically doing like a terrible Alan Rickman impression.
It's so awesome. He's so great.
Within my breast meat there is a famine. No more sweets in the mammary cannon. You are Gorganna, my eagle, my queen. Your ovaries will destroy me.
Eileen, what did you think about the film?
Well, as someone who was homeschooled and is a little socially awkward, and what was the other thing? No.
Clammed up, I think it's
Clammed
what I
up
said.
is what you said,
I'm
yes.
weird.
Yeah.
And this movie hit really close to home. So parts
Yeah?
of it were actually
That's
hard for me
interesting,
to
yeah.
watch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Because it was these quirky, oddball characters that you guys are so entertaining on screen. Like when you know them in real life, you're like, remember how weird we all were and no one liked us? So I don't know. So pretty accurate portrayal of homeschoolers, I think, as a species.
As a species.
But I have to say, no homeschooled girl has ever had the balls to go and force her way into a teenage boy's hotel room. I still have never flirted. So if this is inaccurate.
We know that only public school girls are all tramps.
I mean,
homeschooled
I
are
don't
all
know the T word.
Yeah.
But your word, not mine. We have what my mom called a public school attitude.
Oh, there you go.
It means you're spending too much time with your friends.
Yeah, it's way too much time.
Yeah.
Way too much.
Wow.
Troy, what'd you think?
This is what I've done with all Jared Hess movies, is I've watched them a second time.
Yeah.
Because the first time you're like, what the hell? I don't like this. I'm uncomfortable and I don't like it. But then, because I like film, I watch it again and I'm like, wow, look at the clothes. We used to wear this stuff. And it just does bring back an old familiarity?
Uh-huh.
Something
That's the word.
familiar.
That's the word, yes.
Anytime a snake can take a crap on somebody's
Just such an awesome scene.
It's just so weird.
I want you to meet Dusty, your new guardian angel.
What?
I thought maybe you two could go out in the back and get to know each other while I grill up some cod. my word.
It's the only time you've ever seen that in film, ever.
It is the only time you've seen a snake shit. I'm pretty sure no one, like, unless you own a snake, never seen a snake shit.
Yeah,
That's not what I pictured.
Yeah, it's a little more heavy than you
yeah. You're like, oh my gosh, that's a lot, all over the place.
I love popcorn balls, so that was a...
Oh, and they're so heavy.
Yeah, right?
You gotta get both of them, and they're so how heavy they
it's
are.
a popcorn car.
Mom, I am not selling 2 in a sack.
Come on, feel how heavy these are.
What I loved was like the little like subtle lines in the writing of the book, where like one of the lines that he says, which I think would be a great pickup line on a lady, is like, "Hey, this smells like homemade licorice. Take me to your yeast factory." Like that makes sense to me. Like that would work.
I love that he used like Mormon swears for the writing. Frickin' and crap and darn. Yeah.
Onius.
Yeah, anus.
Anus. Oh,
Just put anus at the end, it makes everything magical. That was one of my favorite scenes too, is when they had the scene where he's giving the lesson on how to make names for your characters and stuff.
You, give me the name of one of your central protags.
Bronco?
What is he? A centaur?
No.
Does he shapeshift into equine form ever?
No, he's just a man.
Well then, I would lose the C immediately, and I'd replace it with an L. Bronlonius.
For me, the movie on the whole was like a little too. It was trying to be way too weird. Like,
definitely was.
Because there was no like normal characters. You didn't meet a single character in this that was like a normal person. Everybody was like weird.
You didn't think the main character was
he was probably, you know what, you're probably right.
He probably was the most censored of all the people in that film.
But his writing was
even
completely
though you said
bizarre.
it wasn't normal.
Listen, I'm saying inside there are scars.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I liked. Like, I related to the main character, like, writing his story and
the surveillance does. Were great. Yeah, like a lot of the props. I want to know where some of these props are.
Oh, they were fantastic.
So, as far as a film, Nicholas, what do you recommend it? What's your kind of final takeaway for this?
Like all his films, it's definitely not for everybody. But if you kind of enjoy kind of quirky indie film and comedy, I think it'll be right up your alley. I enjoyed it for what it was, and I definitely recommend it to people who are into that. And if you like previous movies, I'm sure you'll enjoy this one.
You'll dig it.
So yeah, absolutely.
Troy, how about yourself?
I would say yes if you watch it 3 times, because it took me 2.
Yeah.
And I like Jared Hess, but you have to watch it 3 times, which nobody's gonna be like, all right,
I'm totally gonna make it 3 times.
Down. Yeah, it sounds awful.
Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of rewatchability.
I love at the end where he's just, you can see at that moment, he's like, I've had it. This guy's trying to make out with my mom. This guy stole he stole my story and is now making money, and he was just done. And so he was just like, that's it. And he shows up and he confronts, Ronald wearing one of his mom's dresses.
Yeah.
So you could tell at this point, he's just like, I don't care what happens. I'm wearing a dress and I'm getting in a fight.
Hell yes.
So,
someone shows up in a dress, you're fucked.
You're gonna get your ass kicked. Is what's gonna happen. So, Eileen, what's your takeaway from it?
Well, I mean, homeschool flashbacks aside,
You're gonna be okay. You're gonna make it through this.
I can't tell you. There's some parts that were so real, like the clothes. My mom too made me ill-fitting clothes, and I wore almost the exact same clothes that you saw in the movie, only it was the mid-1990s.
Yeah.
And I was not a cool kid.
No?
Like, people were like, oh, you've got hand-me-downs from 10 years ago.
You're like, no, we just made these. We just made these.
And remember, our lunchroom was my kitchen. So, these were my siblings. Yeah. My own siblings, not my
your siblings were bullying you and stuff?
Yeah.
Making fun of you?
Mostly the principal.
Mostly the principal.
Really rough. But the movie, I thought it was funny. I think for select audiences, definitely view it. But I'm with Nick, not for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of agree. It's not for everybody. It is pretty quirky to the extreme, but again, I just keep going back to the two main characters, and I wanted more of them. Is what I wanted. I wanted more
absolutely.
of them. So, anyway, I don't know if that's thumbs up or thumbs down. I think we are split on the recommendations or not. We're kind of in between. So, hey, I want to thank everybody for joining us for this episode of Cult Classics versus Comedians. Where can everybody find you? Nicholas, tell us a little bit about what's going on, where people can find you, if you got shows coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. So, look up Dungeons and Comedy on Facebook. And then you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Nick Smith Comedy.
Sweet. Eileen?
You can find me on Facebook with my name, Eileen Dobbins, and on Twitter, yeah, that's what I'm going with.
That's the Twitter.
And Instagram, Eileen is a jerk. I'll post about all my stuff on there.
Awesome. Troy?
You can find me on the streets, and I will shake your hand politely. If you want to watch my comedy, go to toysoupcomedy.com with that guy behind the camera. We have a show in a week, so you probably won't be able to see it.
But know that you're going to miss out.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's at a place, and it's going to be fun. All right, that's it.
Sweet. So, and my name's Jamie Maxfield. Just look me up on Twitter and on, I don't know, what's the, I think I'm on Instagram. I don't know.
Yeah,
just
you are.
Jamie Maxfield.
You are.
Yeah.
I always, yeah.
Yeah, I'm always posting stuff. You're always liking my stuff anyway. Perfect. Want to thank our sponsors, Big Shiny Robot, for sponsoring us. So, and we want to thank Andrew's lovely wife for putting up with this whole I don't know, train wreck that's happening on the back porch right now. So, anyway, thanks guys. Thanks for joining us for this episode.